Imagine this. You're living in Colonial America. You're a slave, working day and night with no hope of escape. But then, something incredible happens. People just like you, who have been oppressed and beaten down, decide to fight back. They rise up in one of the biggest uprisings in American history. It's the Stono Rebellion of 1739, and it's about to shake the entire colony to its core. So grab your popcorn and get comfortable, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful, shocking moments in history. Let's see if you could have made it through this dangerous rebellion. Would you have fought for freedom or stayed quiet, hoping to survive? Imagine being stuck in a life you can't escape. You work from sunup to sundown, beaten and controlled by your masters. You're treated like property, not a person. But then, one day, you hear whispers of freedom, a chance to escape to a land where you can be free. On September 9th, 1739, a group of enslaved people in South Carolina decided they'd had enough. They didn't just dream of freedom, they took action. They didn't just protest, they fought back, starting the largest slave rebellion in colonial America. In this video, we'll walk you through the Stono Rebellion, how it happened, what sparked it, and what it meant for the future of slavery in the South. Buckle up. This is a story of bravery, bloodshed, and broken systems. Stick with me because this is a history lesson you won't forget. It's September 1739 in South Carolina. The colony has been built on the backs of enslaved Africans, with nearly 60% of the population being slaves. The conditions they're living under are brutal. Working long hours on rice and indigo plantations, they're treated as less than human. Imagine being stuck in a life with no escape, no freedom, no rights. Wouldn't that make you angry? But it wasn't just the physical toll. Being denied basic human dignity had its own kind of damage. Many slaves were forbidden from learning to read, write, or even move freely. For years, the anger built up. Tensions were rising. But what finally pushed it over the edge? A chance for freedom. You see, the Spanish had promised freedom to any enslaved person who could escape the British colonies and make it to Florida. Florida was becoming a land of hope, a place where freedom was real, not just a dream. And that hope was the spark for what would become one of the most dramatic uprisings in American history. So, what exactly happened on that fateful day? A man named Jemmy, a slave of African descent, led the charge. Jemmy wasn't just another oppressed man. He was a leader, someone who inspired others to rise. Along with a small group of slaves, he broke free from his plantation, stealing weapons from a store in Stono. They set off on a daring march south toward Florida, hoping to find freedom under Spanish rule. But as they made their way toward their goal, something incredible happened. They didn't just run quietly, they fought back. Along the way, they attacked plantations, killing white slave owners and freeing others who joined their cause. The rebellion grew, and soon their group reached almost 100 people. Here's the question. What would you have done if you were there? Would you have joined them, knowing the danger? Or would you have stayed behind, too scared to risk your life? But here's where things start to get tricky. The rebellion wasn't as easy as it first seemed. Word quickly spread, and white militias began organizing to stop them. A bloody battle was inevitable. The British military and local militias quickly mobilized, and soon the rebels found themselves in a fight for their lives. The rebels were outnumbered and outgunned. They had no chance against the superior firepower of the militias. Despite the courage and determination of Jemmy and his followers, the rebellion was crushed. Most of the rebels were either killed during the fighting or captured and executed. Jemmy, the leader, disappeared, likely killed or hunted down by the militias. But even though the rebellion was crushed, the message was clear. The system of slavery was not unbreakable. Even if this rebellion failed, others would rise. The aftermath of the Stono Rebellion was swift and brutal. In response, South Carolina's government passed the Negro Act of 1740, a series of laws designed to tighten control over enslaved people. The act made it illegal for slaves to gather in groups, to learn to read or write, or to move without permission. It also introduced harsher punishments for rebellion. Executions and mutilations became common for any slaves caught trying to escape. The Stono Rebellion had sent a clear message. Slavery was not an unbreakable system. Resistance was possible. The fear it created in the white community led to even harsher laws. But it also planted a seed of rebellion in the hearts of enslaved people. If you found this story as powerful as I did, don't forget to subscribe our channel, Time Faith, for more history lessons you won't find anywhere else. That's enough for today. Let's meet again in new video with new topic. And thanks for watching.